Hey, so I guess my connection just kind of conked out. Sorry about that. Was kind of hoping that my connection would. Tyler, still here, man. Thanks. Sorry about that. I think my connection just conked out. That doesn't give me too many warm and fuzzies to see if this is going to be a long live stream. I don't know what's going on. The Comcast, and it's been less than reliable. So, but anyway, I lost everybody's comments, so I have no idea what was going on. I was reading through them. Tyler, right now I am using an iMac. It's about 2 years old. It is a iMac 27-inch, 2013. The processor is 3.2 gigahertz, Core i5. I got it because it was, at the time, it was one of the better ones for multimedia. They have better units now, but it still works. I did get a brand new. If you missed it, I did get a brand new MacBook Pro to work on the fly, and I got the 13-inch screen, and that was a huge mistake. Try to edit video on a small screen doesn't necessarily work. Oh, nice. 8 years, nice. My first MacBook I bought back in 2012, and I think it was made in 2008. Yeah, because when I got it, it was 4 years old. Got it refurbished, and I still have it. When I bought it, though, the guy I bought it from said that it was dangerous for me to update anything because it might crash the processor. So that sucker is really old. All the software on it's really old. It's gotten to the point that I can't even use Chrome on it anymore because it's not supported. So, hey, Alex, how do you say your name? I'm sorry. Is it Sushila? Or I'm sorry, I probably butchered that. I'm not that great at it, pronouncing names. But yeah, so like I was saying before, I'm just here to hang out, just to talk to you guys. I'm not really doing anything. What I usually do with weekly live streams is I have a list of vlogs I want to make. And when I do a live stream, instead of vlogging something and doing a talking head video and editing the thing, I say, hey, do it live. And so I can share it with you guys. I usually do it at the beginning so that, people that watch it after the fact will get the gist of what I'm trying to share or what I have, which isn't the case today. I just wanted to hang out. It's kind of a way of a cheating kind of way to making a vlog without needing to edit. And I can't remember if it was Alex, but yeah, I am working. I was part-time last week. I'm now trying to do the best I can to get back into the groove full-time. I work for myself. I build websites for folks, and I have projects on the books. But it's difficult when you work at home and you have that flexibility to get back into the groove when you were off for a month. It's been pretty hard to get back in the groove of it, but I'm working my way into it. So I'm hoping to really grind it out next week. My YouTube account, my channel now has 5 videos scheduled. I got 5 videos scheduled. I loved it. I spent the beginning part of this week. I have all of March for the media shout-out series scheduled, and I have a comedy skit scheduled for this Sunday in the afternoon at 1:30. And so next week, outside of maybe doing a live stream, I'm not going to do anything but these projects. I want to get them off my books, and then I can get back to doing what I want to do, which is working, 7 to 9 hours a day, and then vlogging and doing stuff. I really want to do more vlogs. I miss doing those. I really like doing those. And now that I have the ability to move a little more quickly, I have I kind of want to do that. Mr. TB, how are you, sir? Yeah, I am better with faces than names. I hear you. I hear you. The Holmes is back. Alex, it was a back injury, wasn't it? Or am I, excuse me if I was thinking of someone else. Because I think you said that you injured your back. I could be wrong about that. So what do you guys got going on your channels? What's happening? Sorry, my phone was blowing up there for a second. I asked the beautiful Mrs. If she wanted to do live streams with me, and not really. Tyler, you're doing vlogs, brother. That's cool. That's really cool. What's coming up in your vlogs? Are you going to be posting something this week? Hey, brother. How are you? Every time I see your name, I'm always going, ah. How you doing, buddy? Mr. TB just said he is 4 videos. Holy cow, 4 videos. That's impressive. That's really impressive. Tyler, well, no. What do you mean by that, brother? I'm going to Chicago in the summer. I think I'm missing something. Cool, man. Glad you're great. Maybe you guys can help me out here. I have a question. I now have 4 media shout-out videos scheduled, filmed and edited and uploaded. And I needed a formula, which initially I liked because if I can stick to a formula, that means it's easy to film, it's easy to edit, and I can always guarantee that that's going to be a weekly thing. And but now I'm starting to be a little concerned. Like, if it's a formula, how do I spice it up so that it continues to be engaging? Because I've noticed, and it might be an external thing too, because I noticed a lot of people are dealing with this too. Maybe we can talk about it. But I know of at least 3 friends who I've met since I joined have discussed this, that their engagement on their YouTube channels have gone down some. And it depends on who you talk to on the degree that it has gone down. For us, our YouTube channels, engagement has gone down. I mean, I would say probably about 40 to 45%. And I look at the analytics, and I'm looking at, you know, watch time, and all of it's the same. It's just that the amount of viewers are decreased, or have decreased. And so we're getting, for the amount of views that we're getting, the engagement ratio to view ratio is about the same ratio that we had when we had more views. I just don't know if it's the platform that is kind of burying videos unintentionally, or if it's just I think Mr. TV said this, which I thought was probably, at least for a lot of people, probably true, that it's probably because they're focusing more so on their content to get up to that 1K threshold. And if they're spending more time on their content, filming, editing, when they do all that, they just don't have time to engage with other people's videos. That was Mr. TV's idea, and I think there's some truth to that, which tells me that that's probably going to be something that will, over time, kind of correct itself, which is fine. You know, if that's the case, then, you know, then we're good. We'll keep trucking along. And what I like about it is that on YouTube, unlike cable, for example, everything is archived and cataloged, which means the moment someone has time and they have the interest to deal with my plethora of content, you know, if they want to catch up, they can, you know. And so I think Bob Jen said this once, and you know, I was talking with him and I met him, and he's a great guy too. If you haven't checked out his stuff, he's a really funny guy too. Liam the Leprechaun is his other Bob Jen's. I really like him, but he's a big YouTuber. He's 112 or so thousand, I think, subscribers, and he said, hold on a second. All right. He said to me that back when I started YouTube, just before I started, he encouraged me. He said that when it comes to monetization, when it comes to engagement, don't consider a lack of engagement right now as a failure. Create videos to the best of your ability at present, always trying to get better at what you do. And so that when you do have the engagement, you will receive engagement retroactively. And that includes monetization, etc. Because one of the things that I know I do whenever I discover a YouTuber, I always go back and watch their very first video, because it just interests me to know and to see how much they've improved from that first video to their last video that they uploaded. So the more recent video. So I watched that, and then I watched the last one, the first and the most recent. And that tells me that they're, you know, if it's the same video and there's no quality change, and you have like 100 videos in between, I hate to say it, unless I enjoy the content, at that point I am less likely to subscribe, because I know that it's going to get redundant. But again, it depends on the content. If the content is genuine and it's engaging, then I'll stick around just for that fact, you know. But as far as you know, lack of engagement now, the cool thing is that all the videos that we post today, when we have the engagement in the future, because of, you know, the platform is improved, or as a content creator we have improved, all of that, including monetization, would be retroactively activated in a sense. And so everything we create now will still pay off with engagement, with monetization. Just got to keep going, keep getting better. And then when that takes hold, when your channel takes hold, you'll receive rewards, essentially rewards from all the stuff that you've made. So that was Bob Jen's encouragement to me, which I'm very thankful for. And I needed it. I didn't know how much I needed it, but I definitely needed to hear it. So welcome back, Shenanigans. You know, I tell you what, John's channel is awesome, by the way, if you haven't checked it out yet. I have been missing the multiple videos a week. I'm not gonna lie. I've been on a shenanigans fast. I don't like it. Yeah. Yeah, John's talking head videos are really good. You know, but I equally like to watch the cinematic vlogs, mainly because I take pointers from it. Oh, brother, it's totally fine. It's totally fine. I went from creating 3 or 4 videos a week down to barely doing 2. And that's because I'm back to work now, and you know, clients like to get their projects done. The things that they paid for. I don't know what, with to justify their payment to me, but here it is. Mr. TV, most of my videos do not hit traction until months after. Right? Yeah. I'm getting comments on some of the first stuff that I posted, and I'm like, why? Why? I know much more now than I did then. I agree, though. Some of my earliest comedy skits are getting more traction than my most recent videos, which is great, which is awesome. I'm thankful for it. Definitely thankful for it. And so, but yeah, no. So as far as cinematic vlogs, guys, man, I love it. And John, your vlogs, I watch them, and I do this with every channel. I watch them and I cherry pick the stuff that I really like, the stuff that I feel drawn to, and I try my best to duplicate it. So if anyone here has seen me duplicate some of their stuff, I apologize. My intention is not to plagiarize. My intention was to learn from you. Casey Neistat's another one. I watch everything that man pumps out. I learned a lot from him just by watching him. And talking about the beard, I liked that one. It's yeah. I mean, I was a little envious. I'm not gonna lie. The most that can turn gray on me is my beard. I have no hair up here. Secret's out. That's why I wear a hat in my videos, because I'm bald as ever up there. And I don't know. I just don't feel comfortable with it. So, man, I'm loving everybody in the chat here. Can everyone see me okay? Everyone can hear me all right? And I apologize. I keep drinking water. My throat's been scratchy all day, but I wanted to get a live stream in. So what else is up? Here's a question. Are there any resources online, excuse me, as far as learning how to vlog better? Anyone have any recommendations on channels that we can all watch that will better, inform us on different camera angles, cameras to use to improve our vlogging? I know that Casey Neistat is my favorite as of right now. That's my favorite YouTube channel, or YouTube channel to watch, to get tips from by just observing. And so if you haven't, John was like, yeah, mine. So it's interesting when I would rank the Shenanigans and Casey Neistat as close to first place if I would have to. I'm so sorry, John. Casey first, and then a very, very, very close second, Shenanigans channel, as far as cinematic, learning how to, better improve my vlogs and pacing and editing. But who else? Think Peter McKinnon. I just followed that guy, and that was at the It was Lee McKinn, that friend of mine, internet buddy, that gave me that guy. You know, John, that might be mine too. I haven't checked into his channel yet. I liked it. I broke his notification bell, but I haven't had time to really go and investigate. Dakota and family is in the house. Hey guys, how you doing? So the Peter McKinnon, I need to take the weekend and really explore his page. Maybe I'll be with you, John. Who knows? Really? He's more likable than Casey. Interesting. Is that just a personality thing, or are you talking about style? Or both? This is so weird. Doing a live stream where I'm just listening and not talking all the time. I'm so used to sitting in front of a camera and always moving and always talking, you know. And then this is probably a good change of pace for me. So. Okay. So it's personality. Well, so he's down to earth, just a regular guy. I like that. Yeah, I'll definitely dive into his channel some. Tech for your needs. Dude, I do too. I love the laid back style of Shenanigans vlogs. And they're informative, right? I mean, it's very rare that I watch a vlog on the Shenanigans channel that I don't walk away with a new piece of information, either something stylistically that I want to try, or an actual, you know, here's how to do this information. Dakota and family, I'm just a lazy typer. Buddy, there's a lot of lazy people in history that made the history books. I don't know any of them, but you know. Really? Tech for your needs. So Tech, you think that, I'm calling you Tech. So Tech, you think that Peter McKinnon over Casey in videography and storytelling. He does tutorials. Okay, nice. Very nice. Wow, okay, you guys, you're convincing me I need to go binge watch it. Yes! My cap actually looks cool. I have succeeded at life. I have something about me has been labeled as cool. I have succeeded. All those bullies in high school, you can eat it. Well, dude, all right. So the Holmes just said Peter McKinnon is going to be the next Casey. I mean, all I know are the actual numbers, and I know that Casey's now a little over 9 million, but the McKinnon got over 1 million in 12 months. And I just ran into that statistic today, and that was on one of Casey's videos because Casey shouted him out. So I need to go check out his channel, definitely like dive in and watch every dang thing to see what the heck got him there. Yeah. Yeah, Shenanigans just said, hope Peter stays humble. Yeah, you know, fame has a problem, or has a tendency to change people, doesn't it? Even those with the best of intentions. The trick is having people next to you who can call you out on your crap. What's the Mona Lisa? Oh, Act just said that your cap actually looks cool. I ever read that. Oh, Dakota and family. Okay, you look like a painter. Cool. I'm down with that. Yeah, I've painted a couple things in my life. They all sucked, but I have. I actually have done a couple sketches that are framed and have been hung up in different places, but I haven't touched a sketchbook in many years. I wish I would have kept up with that. I loved it when I was a kid. Took a lot of art classes. I don't know why I just stopped. Oh, John, you said you saw some of your friends who made it big and lost that humility. It's sad when that happens. It really is sad. Act needs to go. See you, buddy. Thanks for coming. Yeah, Tech says that Peter McKinnon, like Casey, has TV experience, and so they have that training already, which is probably helping them, right? But that doesn't mean we can't watch them and try to get some of that just from observing. Yeah, Dakota Family says a lot of big YouTubers get lazy. I've been to a lot of YouTube channels, and I don't necessarily agree with it, but my YouTube feed is filled with big YouTubers. And I really wish I could see more small YouTubers, small creators being featured, but everything on my feed is just like 100,000 or more, which is great. I get to discover them, but I don't get to discover anybody else without really digging deep. But I have run across like million-plus channels where their videos have like one tag, and it's "I don't need tags." And I actually saw that once. One tag, "I don't need tags." It was just kind of the gigantic, like, in your face, and and the video was just awful. It was just awful. Like it was dimly lit. It was awful, but it still got thousands upon thousands of views. And then here's the rest of us grinding it out, trying to get as good as best as quality as we can. But I need to check myself, though. I don't want to get bitter about that. I also don't want to, if it were to happen, if I were to get have a larger channel, I don't want to fall into that trap either. This fame can make people crazy. Yeah, it's true. It's true. I've seen it in personal life. Some of my friends, not creators, but to my knowledge, I'm the only creator in my sphere of friends, which I might change. I think I've convinced like 2 or 3 of them to join me. But politically, I'm on council in my hometown, and I've seen people go to a higher political office than where we're at as far as council, and I've seen them get a little weird, and then they don't talk to me anymore because I call them out on it and they don't like it. So I'm kind of saddened by that, but it happens. It happens. Yeah, John. Yeah, I know a lot of people like that, where it's just if you can help them. My wife and I affectionately call them leeches, where they take all the energy and resources from you, but they don't give any back. And we make it a point to, once we discover someone's a leech, we, in the most polite way possible, we just kind of backtrack. Because we're okay with helping people, and we do the best we can with that. I mean, we're all about trying to be as generous as we can. But at the same time, if you expect to be in our circle of friends, and definitely if you want to be in the inner circle, there's an exchange, If favorite big YouTuber, the Gore family. Bratile, Bratile. How do you say that? No, I have never heard of. I never heard of them. What do they do? Of course, John met them. John has met everybody. John knows everybody. It's not a bad thing. Oh, really? They've been in your vlog. That's cool. Helping people in community is where the heart is. Brateli. I need a phonetic guide. Oh, they're family vloggers. Cool. I've been really digging family vlogs lately. I really, really, really like them. I know I'm late to the game, but I started binge watching the J House vlogs. I like them. Again, they're also really good as far as cinematic vlogs. Their editing style is really cool. Tyler, buddy, you will not regret checking out the Shenanigans channel. That's for sure. Bra, you guys are tutoring me. Bra Taylor. Bra Taylor, is that it? I feel like I want a gold star now. At least a cookie. Cookie sounds good. Tech says he's only one of his friends that does YouTube in a category of tech. Okay. Yeah, you talk tech too much until the tech fails on them and then they need help, right? Exactly. Tyler and Shenanigans are fantastic. Yes, they are. Dude, I don't know if you guys can hear it. Maybe you don't. But there's a river right behind my house, which we really, really love. What we hate about it is the flood insurance we have to have. But river behind there, and then just above the river on a hill, there's a interstate that cuts through the entire state, north to south. And so there's a lot of traffic out of the window. And this is my studio space. This is where I record. Can't tell you how many times I've taken like a 2-minute video, 2-minute vlog, talking head, and I had to film 20 minutes of video because I have all of these bloopers where I'm saying what I want to say, and then there's a truck that goes on the way back, and I have to anyway. It's just a fact of life. Guys, I echo what Tech is saying. The Shenanigans is definitely a phenomenal channel to check out for small YouTubers. They have a playlist. Do a little bit of a thing for you here, John. They have a playlist that is specifically designed to help small YouTubers. Very informative. Has helped me tremendously, and I've seen results by just implementing the stuff that he talks about. And again, like I said before, his vlogs are cinematic. They're really well put together. You can tell that his videos are the result of putting some really serious time and research into the craft. And so that, and he's just really awesome to listen to. So I do recommend the channel if you haven't checked out his yet. The Holmes TV. I'm glad you said this. He just said that I remember seeing something blue on your wall that says police on it. What is it? That, my friend, is Doctor Who. It's the TARDIS from Doctor Who. I am a huge Whovian. All right, I love the series. I'm talking like the reboot series that started in 2005 with Christopher Eccleston, as well as the original series that started with William Hartnell, who is the first Doctor, is one of my favorite Doctors, and so I'm an all-around, well-rounded Whovian. You know, I'm not just talking about my waistline. And the so that's what that is. And actually, that's what that is over there too. That painting right there is not a painting; it's a poster. But that is an exploding TARDIS from season 5, episode 13. I think it is 12 or 13 of the reboot of Doctor Who, with Matt Smith being the Doctor, and Karen Gillan as the co-star. And I am a huge Whovian. I don't think I have no idea where I put my sonic screwdriver, which is a prop from the show. I don't know what I did with it. I have no idea what I did with it. I have lightsabers back there, but that's irrelevant to the conversation. So guys, while I have you, you can let me know what you guys got going on in the channel and your channels. And also let me know what you want to see in mine. What are some of the things I can improve on? I'm all about constructive criticism. I'm all about it. Love to hear your thoughts on it. You know, I learned from you guys from watching you. That's what I like about live streams. I get the chance to talk to you and just be real. Feelings won't be hurt if you say I suck, which is possible. It's probably true. But let me know. Let me know what you guys think. And if you want to see something different, let me know. I already had some people shoot me messages on Twitter saying, please have your wife on it more often. And I definitely want to do that. The reason she hasn't been is because she hasn't been feeling well. And so she's been feeling ill for the last month off and on. So it's hard to really get to schedule a time to film with her when she's just feeling nauseous. Plus, she's a registered nurse, and so for hospice. So they they deal with a lot of stuff. And so she's also drained. And so I don't want to force my wife to do anything that she doesn't feel up to doing, just because she does so much for so many people and then she's not feeling well in the process. And so that's the only reason why she isn't in a whole lot of videos recently. Whereas last year she was in a lot of videos. I just wasn't on YouTube. It's on the app Snacked. I did a lot of videos with her on the Snacked app. And a couple of comedy skits that I made during that time that's also on the channel. So, the Gore family. When you guys go to playlist, do you do anything specific to promote your channel? I thought about making pens or bracelets. That's a cool idea. That's what I've been this summer, if you ask you guys. Yeah, John's been in the most playlists that I've ever seen in my life, maybe with the exception of James over at Fun Foods. Another great YouTuber you should check out is Fun Foods. The guy's really awesome. Yeah, Shenanigans. I asked him that question. I asked John that question a while ago, where I said, because he said he made, it was another live stream, I think it was another live stream, where he said that he made business cards. And I asked, I'm not entirely sure if I want to make business cards. And he was like, do it. So I did it. Yeah, so I haven't printed them yet, but I designed them. Yeah, John, you said that you hang out with him. That's really cool. That's really cool. I've only met him once. Well, I met him and spent time with him one day, and then I saw him at Playlist, but I didn't really hang out with him at Playlist. The short time that I spent with him, at least on my end, I thought it was really fun. I actually shot him a message recently just because I was heading down to DC here soon just to visit friends. I asked him if he was up for catching up with over coffee or something while I was in his area, and he said sure. So looking forward to that. You know, Matt3756, that channel is really cool. You know, I've been doing a lot of stuff with that, and I actually talked with Matt briefly over Twitter, and he gave me permission to take clips from his channel to make kind of like a I want to do a shout out series to big YouTubers. James is one of them. Matt's one of them. He gave me permission to do that with his channel. And so I'm writing scripts with Bob Jens because I'm going to kick it off with his Liam the Leprechaun channel. And I have a cool little series that'll be like 10 videos, you know, my top 10 large YouTubers or established YouTubers that I like. And so, John, that's true. You said you live in the DC area. If I go down there, I'll send you a message. Maybe we'll connect. Hey, John, if you're up for it, if I'm down there in DC at some point, and it's probably going to be another month or two, but we could probably collaborate on a media shout-outs thing if you want to be a part of that. That'd be fun. Or anything else you have any idea. Love collaborating with people. Instagram is your business card, text says. How does that work? I mean, I know that Instagram is kind of like a visual representation of what you're doing, right? And it's hard to hand out Instagram. Yeah, Matt has 1.2 mil subs, and he deserves every single one of them. He's just based on all of the communications that I had with him, which again was brief. The way he responded to what I sent him, and just the way he does it, you can just tell the man is a genuine. And the next time I'm at an event where he is at, I plan to at least say hi. He's a really good guy. Yeah, John has been handing out business cards for years. I think I'm going to do the same thing. You know, I was always told that when you go to playlists, it's a time to network and connect. And I didn't have business cards back then because, to be honest, I didn't start my YouTube channel until I think it was like 5 or so months after that. But I knew I was going to, and I wanted to connect and get resources so that I can get started on the right foot. And it's helped. It was a worthwhile endeavor. Now, and that was the first time I ever went, but now the next time I go, I will go with cards in hand and ready to go. Yeah. Sorry about that, Holmes. Sometimes when I'm focused, I get really. I have a resting serious face. Dakota family. Sorry about that. So tell me, John, how does that was that awkward in the beginning? You know, I mean, how do you do that? It's kind of like a DC. Of course, it's DC culture, right? I can't tell you. I used to live in DC for 3 years. I lived in Fairfax and I lived in Anacostia. Many times people have come over to me and given me business cards. I have a pile of business cards on my desk that I'm flipping through trying to figure out if I should keep. But it just always felt awkward to me to shake one's hand and slide my business card into it. But then again, I guess it's kind of expected, right? At Playlist. DC Playlist, we will hang. Buddy. John, I hope you were talking about or talking to me because I would love that. But yeah, so when I was living in DC, all the business cards. I was given a lot of business cards when I went to Playlist, and I was asked for them. So I guess it's probably a different environment where, like in DC, you know, Capitol Hill, you're kind of expected to have a business card ready to hand out. When I lived there, I never had a need for it, but. Oh, you do it in meetups. That makes total sense. That makes total sense. Okay. Yeah, I had people walk up to me and just hand me a business card and say, hey, you know, check my stuff out, and then just leave. It's like, no. Yeah. I felt like some people just, you know, handed it over and didn't really connect with me, and it didn't appeal to me. Because like, if that's what they're like when they're trying to network, that's probably what they're like in real life. And if that's the case, no genuine connection there. Yeah, so you guys, what's the main difference between VidCon and Playlist? I have heard that VidCon is more of an expo, which appeals to me. But is that true? I know that the Playlist I went to had a lot more panels, and there was a lot of creator engagement. And I was impressed by how many of the creators on panels actually came over to me because they recognized me from commenting on their stuff and shook my hand and said, hey, just wanted to say I recognize you, appreciate you coming and hanging out. And that was really cool. That was really cool to experience. What's really cool is a couple of them followed me on Twitter after that. So that was really neat. I don't know. It's one of those things. I thought that was cool. What are the expos about? Are you talking like for cameras, audio equipment, etc.? Right. Yeah. John just said he always tries to connect with a person. You know, genuine engagement, absolutely, in person, not just online. Yeah, Tyler. I have never been to VidCon, but I tell you this, Playlist was fun. I really enjoyed it. And talk about an odd man out. John, you might know this. Well, you might feel this way, but when I think I would feel less if I had kids with me. But I was at the time I was a 34-year-old, bald, well-rounded man. You know, in the middle of screaming, a crowd of screaming 14, 15-year-old girls. It was awkward as all get out. Yeah, I didn't hang in the lobby too much. Let's just say didn't do that too much. But I had a lot of really good experiences in the panels, though. Yeah, John, your hair, the gray, I bet that's a bit of a trademark now, isn't it? That's a good idea. You should probably trademark your hair. Is that possible? Can you do that? I don't know. Taco Bell. Taco Bell. I miss it. I haven't been able to eat there in ages. back in the day, I used to manage restaurants, Wolfgang Puck, a G Concourse restaurants in Minneapolis, and I managed a Panera. That's where I started. When I managed the Panera here in the State College, Penn State University, it was my first management job, and this was back in 2003. It's been a while. We used to get quarterly magazines that detailed FDA statistics. And Taco Bell was always at the top of the list of restaurants that were closed due to OSHA violations. And so I stopped eating Taco Bell around that time because I didn't want to get sick. And I hate being sick. So a sea of girls, oh my goodness. And they were screaming. They were, you know, the moment someone walked out, and I didn't recognize who they were, this teenage kid walked out in the middle of the crowd, and everyone just goes crazy and starts taking selfies with him. And I'm talking deafening loud. I made a on the Snack app, I made a little video. It was a quick, like a Vine type 6-second video about just with all the girls screaming, you know, me walking up to the balcony and I'm like, hey, everybody. And now all the girls are like running the opposite direction. And, you know, it was a funny little thing. I thought it was great. So what else are you guys up to? What's happening, man? Do you guys like that idea of it's not a media shout out video, but it's a comedy skit that is like a 10-part comedy skit where in each video I do a collaboration of sorts with larger YouTubers to shout out their channels as well. And like I said, Fun Foods has said that they were willing to do it. Matt3756 said he'll do it. Bob Jens will do it. And I have a couple messages out, but I think it'll be really fun. What do you guys think of that concept? Work, work, work. There's so much work. You said it 3 times. Yeah. Thanks, Tyler. That was a brainchild between that was created and given birth between me and Bob Jens during a Skype call. And Skype call, we were talking about the Snack app and content creators in general. Hey, John, you can. Are you able to post a link in the feed here of your of one or of your playlist? Can you do that? I suppose I can look it up too if you can't. This is so strange. Just sitting here, not scripted. It's a really good pace for me. A change of pace. Again, I'm sorry. If I wasn't drinking water like this, I would be coughing up a storm right now. John, you want me to post it for you? Not frozen homes. Sorry, I'm just reading. I'll sway for you. That sounds weird. I retract that. Hey, is Dakota and family still watching? Tyler's asking if I'm a big fan of. Okay, yeah, shenanigans. I'll post it for everybody. Tyler was just asking if I'm a fan of soccer. I'm not necessarily a fan of soccer in that I follow it religiously. I love to watch it though. So I'm not. I'm following it just because I enjoy watching it, but I'm not really a fan, if you know what I mean. But if we were talking about hockey, that's a different conversation. I very much have enjoyed watching hockey, more so in the last year or two than ever before. I don't know why, but I really enjoy it. Especially why I like going to the Penn State games. Just watching them live. They just built a new stadium. It's gorgeous. Looking up. There it is. Go ahead and do. How the heck do I share? I know there's a way to share a playlist. Anyway. All right, guys. Oh, here we go. All right, guys, here it is. Here's John's shenanigans playlist. Playlist is playlist squared. Dakota and family may have left. It's all good. Send them a message. While I got you, I just want to let everyone know that the last couple of months, I've now been on YouTube actively for 2 months, officially as of today. And the last time I checked, I'm about 251 or so subscribers. And it has blown me away as far as how well I've been received. I didn't expect to get that many in the first month or two. And even if I plateau at, between 200 and 250 for the next several months, it's still more than I was expecting. And the community as a whole, I feel like I've been welcomed with just open arms. And so I appreciate all of you. I'll make sure I said that. Says I have 3 watching. Who we got? Who's your favorite team, Tyler? How do you say that? Who's your favorite team, or is it what's your favorite team? I think that's probably the better way to say it. I'm gonna go ahead and shoot this on Twitter. Soccer. What's your favorite soccer team, Tyler? Cool. FC Barcelona. Nice. I used to live with a guy that loved soccer. Like proper soccer. I'm talking, football. So you guys got any weekend plans? What's happening? It's like spring out there. It's raining. Love it though. I love the rain. Slingshot kids in the house. How you doing? Just hanging out, really. I was saying earlier that during live streams, I like to what? All right, John, I'm getting back to your comment here in a second. But anyway, so Slingshot Kid, I just hanging out basically. I usually like to share stuff and use a live stream to kind of cheat my way out of editing a vlog. It's just instead of doing a talking head video, which I guess this kind of is, but live streaming it so that I can spend an hour or two doing this and not 4 or 5 hours, filming and then editing the thing. But this is just a hangout time. But eating cherry pie, it made me very hungry. That sounds fantastic. Getting good watch time in. Well, I'm going to assume you were talking about the live stream, and I am honored. Feel free to send me some cherry pie. Oh, come to think of it, I think we have some banana bread downstairs. That sounds fantastic. Yeah, it does, Slingshot. I love doing live streams. They're not what I'm used to, though. I'm still kind of getting used to it. This is only like the third or so one that I've done on YouTube. I'm on the council in my hometown, and I do monthly live streams for those. But those are much more, talking head videos where I go nonstop from beginning to end and share my thoughts. And by the time I'm done telling everybody what's happening in the town, as far as the borough is or the politics is concerned, I have a litany of questions that I have to answer, so that I'm always talking. And the reason I'm drinking a lot of water is because I just got done with the live stream for the council. There's a lot of talking, so I'm feeling kind of parched. But in YouTube, it's great. You get to connect with each other. You get to hang out. So I like it. Yeah, you talk all day long too, huh, John? I used to do that too when I was managing restaurants, and uh, I owned a cleaning business for about 6 years, and I just sold it to make way for the website design stuff, which is more of a passion of mine and less of a nuisance, which is what the cleaning became. But the talking when I did that. Now I'm in front of a computer and I'm coding websites and talking to myself all day, which from what I've read is a sign of intelligence. So I'll go with that. Holmes TV, I need to do some talking head videos. Brother, do it, and I will watch it. Oh, you do a lot of meetings. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Holmes. I'm staying still again. I do that whenever I'm focused. Slingshot, I feel you on that. I'm supposed to do one tomorrow, but for me, I prefer editing just because there's more creativeness included in my opinion. No, yeah, editing. I prefer having things scripted also, you know, and I can control what's released whenever I edit. I'm able to make it more engaging than a live stream in theory. Um, that's true. That's very true. But sometimes, I got projects, I have meetings with people, I have a council meeting, or I have a conference I'm going to, and or a committee meeting, and I don't have the time to edit, which is where live streams come in and really just save my butt. Man, John, you're doing a lot of talking. Dude, that kind of bleeds into your talking head videos, doesn't it? Your job, because I can see that happening. Because in a good way, you instruct leadership courses. I can see how that really helps you in delivering the small YouTuber talking head videos. That's awesome. No wonder you're good at it. No wonder you're good at it, money, my brother. That's awesome. Love it. Using that skill in both the YouTuber world and the business world. It's really cool. Well, with hair like yours, John, that's totally possible. Let me see here. Oh, I'm sorry, Holmes. I keep on standing still. Now I'm mindful of it. I'm trying to stop it. Alex, going on Shark Tank. That'd be really cool. Yeah, Slingshot. It's been blowing me away on the amount of subscribers I've gotten. But believe it or not, and I've kept tally. I don't know if anyone else does this. I probably shouldn't do this because it's depressing. The numbers that I have lost since I started is almost not quite, but almost the same that I now have. So, if I would have kept everything, I would have been double where I am right now. Yeah, communication is key, isn't it, John? Yeah, and communication is key in every realm of life, every sphere of influence. I think Lance Wallnau says that there are 7 mountains of influence in society, and every single one of them is its foundation is based upon good communication if it's going to operate properly. Holmes, how do you all have time to create and edit videos? A little secret. There are weeks when I don't. There are like I know for a fact that the next 2 weeks I am going to be slammed with uh, several projects as far as website design. I'm going to be designing a website for 2 clients in the next couple of weeks. It's a lot of work, and I need to be done within the next couple of weeks. Both projects. Uh, they pay well. It's great. It's worth the time, but I'm going to be working 10-hour days, 10, 12-hour days. And I will not want to be in front of my computer after I'm done, at the end of the workday. So what I did was, knowing I had a light week this week, I filmed everything that I could this week and then uploaded it and scheduled it so that I have at least one posting a week. And that's been how I've been managing the time when the weeks that I know I don't have. It takes a lot of discipline, and it's not something I was born with. I'm learning how to do this, but it's very important that I get up in the morning around 6:30. This is just how I do it. I get up in the morning at 6:30. I spend 2 hours reading, drinking coffee, and kind of centering myself and planning out my creative projects. And then when I start my day, which is usually between 8:30 and about 9 o'clock, I then do the best I can to shut off everything and then just solely work on my work. And I'm not always good at it. I typically tweet a lot during that time whenever I need a break. And then when the bell whistle goes, metaphorically speaking, that's when I pick up the list of creative projects and I bang them out. And I usually end up working when I have a light couple of weeks and I don't need to grind it out. I'll end up working probably about 10-hour to 12-hour days on the days that I create, which are Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. When I do the editing of stuff and filming and editing. Usually I take Monday and I film everything after my workload, take Wednesday and Friday and edit. And then Tuesdays and Thursdays, I work my regular hours and I spend the evening with my wife. And so that's usually how I do it. And sometimes I film on the weekends too, because my wife works during the weekends. And so I don't see her anyway. So. John has lost 668 subscribers over 3 years. $268 subs. Been doing it since 2015. What's your schedule like, Slingshot? John, you were a software web developer for 15 years. That's really cool. That's really cool. Now I kind of want to get coffee with you and pick your brain. I'm a WordPress PHP guy. Musa. Hey, Jack. It's me, Musa. Musa! Hey, buddy! I don't know why. It just clicked who you were. I'm sorry. One of my new, well, not new now. It's been a while, but Jack likeness Musa is a man that I had that I met at Playlist. Really awesome, really creative. Loved hanging out with him and just picking each other's brains and talking about strategy. That was really fun. Right now, you have a cigar day. Don't get me wrong. I don't know exactly what you meant, Alex, by that, but I do like a good cigar. I recently had the embargo lifted on Cuban cigars, well, among other things too. And my mother-in-law for Christmas, the Christmas after that happened, bought me some Cuban cigars, and they were very, very good, very smooth. The Gore family going back to school for networking. That's really cool. That's really cool. John, why don't you just get your master's, man? You're 3 away. Oh, thanks, man. Appreciate it. Oh, cool, John. That's awesome. So Slingshot, when did you institute the schedule? Was it recently? And have you noticed an increase in sub count since you've done that? Holmes, if you're still here, I'm swaying because you told me about not staying still. I appreciate that input. You guys are awesome. This has been great. I can't tell if there's a delay because I'm using the Google Hangout option on YouTube, and I'm trying to figure out if there's a delay here. So this weekend, I have Alex Kitchen's at 400 subs. Congrats. This weekend, I have some time. On Sunday, I was thinking about filming a comedy skit. I don't even know if you guys know how to answer this. It's a fair question, but you guys have anything you want to you think that I should do to, as far as creating a comedy skit? Is there anything that you want me to react to, for example? I have an idea on reaction videos to headlines in the news. I thought about that and creating kind of like a Jon Stewart-esque, where I'm just making fun of news headlines and stuff like that. Let me know if you guys have any ideas. Oh, good. Slingshot, yeah. Because one thing that every single content creator, I'm talking established and small, has told me is that consistency and an uploading schedule is absolutely key. And I've seen that, I've seen that in my channel as well. Because again, I used to post YouTube videos on a whim. I didn't start a non-negotiable uploading schedule until January 1 of this year. And all the videos that I posted in my other YouTube channel when I just posted whenever I got it done, the most likes I have on one video is 3, for example. But I reposted some of those old videos onto my new channel. Like some of the comedy skits that are on my channel now were old comedy skits that my wife and I made a couple years ago. But overnight, and I'm talking in a half an hour, actually, there's more engagement on those videos than there ever has been in my entire channel whenever I didn't have a schedule. So, yeah. Half-Blood Pixie popping in to say hello. Hello. How are you? Thank you so much for coming. Consistency, Slingshot. That's the key, I think, and you're experiencing that now. It's sound advice. It's sound advice. And even though the numbers go up and they fluctuate down, but it's like the market. If you think about it in the short term, you might see a progression that's going down. It's your lunchtime. Aw, you're sharing your lunchtime with us. Thank you. But if you look in the long term, the channel it might have dips. It goes up, and like in the stock market. And so I noticed that once you have a schedule, that is the case for most channels, especially if you're always trying to improve yourself and improve the way you shoot your video, improve your editing skills, and you engage with other people's videos. It does help. It does help. I think 20% of my subscriber base has come from me just hanging out in people's live streams. Yeah, SEO is important too. By the way, guys, there is an awesome tool that I've been using for my SEO, which has been TubeBuddy. That's something that John introduced his audience to, and I watched the video. It's really, really an awesome tool. I'd look into it. I got the free version initially. I'm not sure if they still offer it, but I got the free version, and then I saw John's video, and I bought it. And it's definitely helped. It's definitely helped. If you guys know of any other tools on how to optimize your video, let me know. I'd love to check it out. So, how is Half-Blood Pixie? If you're still here, tell me how are you? What's happening with your channel? Yeah, John, I did it through your affiliate link. Did you not get credit for that? I hope you did, because I bought it whenever you said you had the affiliate link, because you mentioned that in the same video where oh no, it was on Twitter. It was on Twitter. You haven't seen it yet? That's not good. I promise I used the link. I hope it works. So, but yeah, it was on the Twitter feed where Casey Neistat and you suggested that TubeBuddy gives a free copy to I think a soldier, if I remember right, who became a content creator, and they did that. That's when I bought it. Holmes, heading off, guys. Alex, thanks again for the sub. David and John, you guys rock. Thank you very much. Hang in there. I'm working a lot right now, so watching trade was a thank you, Holmes, for coming. I appreciate you spending your evening. What is a super affiliate, John? Does that mean, well, that because they upgraded you, right? Because you get a higher commission? I assume that's what it means. I thought about signing up for their affiliate link too. I just haven't gotten around to it. But I think that they gave you an upgraded affiliate link due to your suggestion, which was a great suggestion, by the way. That was a good call. Awesome. Well, that kind of sucks that you didn't get credit for my sale though. If I were you, I would look into it because I definitely bought the not the. There are 3 packages if I remember. I bought the middle one. I'm totally swaying because Holmes told me to. It was a great suggestion, though. Yeah, I have how I set up my web design business is I have affiliate accounts with multiple hosting services, and what I do is I offer a free hosting setup for new clients, but I buy it through the affiliate link, and so I get commissioned, which is why I don't charge my clients, and that usually takes about a month to 2 months for me to see any money from it. And so if I were to have a dry spell and in December, say I made 7 websites in December, well, that's seven accounts that I'm getting commissioned from in January, which I was very thankful for because January was a completely dead month. And so it allows money to come in. So that's sometimes affiliate links take time. That's true. That is true. I've seen it. It takes about a month to show up on my accounts for the hosting, the affiliate program that these hosting accounts have. It takes about a month. Then it takes me 2 more months, about a month to 2 months to get it, depending on where we are in the pay cycle. So you guys are rock stars, just hanging out. Appreciate you guys. Oh, thanks, John. I miss seeing you, brother. I know you're busy. I got so used to seeing these shenanigans pop up on my notifications like 3 or 4 times a week, and now whenever I see it, it's like Christmas. So, but schedules are what they are. It is after 10, Alex. That's true. No, yeah, John says it'll pick up. Yeah, I know it will. I know it will. Oh yeah, buddy. I understand that. You have kids. We don't have kids yet. We want kids. We're looking into adoption right now, actually. Getting that ball rolling. But we have friends that we're really close with here in town, and we help babysit and things like that. We're really close. We have been for years, and we go to their kids' sporting events. He has 4. They have 4 kids, and all of them are active in different things. And so we have ballerina, ballet recitals. We have football. We have baseball. We have it's not even a sport. Mock trial that is open to the public, which their eldest daughter wants to get into, and so we go as often as we can. But it gets busy, right? It gets really busy. So, but as far as YouTube, I know that our anniversary is coming up soon. My anniversary with my wife, and so we might take a week and go take a trip somewhere. We're thinking about Niagara Falls. We're going to take our camera, what we're buying here soon, and we're going to vlog it. But, you know, like, for example, during that week to 2 weeks, you're not going to get jack squat from me because, you know, what's happening during that vacation is more important. Not, you know, my wife is more important. She's a priority. I don't have to justify that. Man, you guys are awesome. Just hanging out. Oh, Holmes left and I'm forgetting to sway. So this Sunday I have a comedy skit that's scheduled that I made a couple years ago, and I wanted to reshare it because I didn't post it on this channel yet. And it's based on a camera that attacks me. So I hope you guys like that. See you, John. Have a great night, brother. Slingshot Kid collaboration. I would love to. I would really like that. Hit me up on Twitter if you have any ideas, and we'll try to do something. Where are you, by the way? Where at in the world do you hail? From where in the world do you hail, Slingshot Kid? So, but guys, seriously, if you're watching this and you haven't checked out the Shenanigans channel yet, please do. It's a great channel to watch and consume content from. He's really, really good. Alex made a video. I think it was today. Oh, so much happened today. I can't even remember what the heck happened. But Alex released a video where he went into a restaurant and he showed this barbecue beans and beef and just made me hungry. Where do you live? Are you from Boston? Oh, that's so awesome. One of my biggest heroes from history was John Adams. He's my biggest hero. Love that guy. So I've always wanted to go to Boston just because, you know. Where in Virginia do you live, Slingshot? Oh, you're from Alberta, Tyler. That's awesome. Trying to find content creators in central Pennsylvania is so impossible. I know of one person who lives north of Philly, and I know one person who lives in Pittsburgh. The one in Pittsburgh, in the spring, I'm planning on doing a collaboration with them. And so that's nice. But the one in Philly, her channel is and her style is so different from mine. It's good. It's just different from mine, that we tried to come up with something and we really couldn't. So outside of like engaging with each other's videos, collaboration is probably not in the cards. Oh, Hampton Roads. Okay. I lived in Fairfax for a year and then in DC for 2 years. Tech, really? That's cool. I'll keep you updated on that one. Yeah, because we want to take a road trip through New England and spend a couple of days of that trip in Boston. John Adams is my boy. Holy cow, I love that guy. Just the history of it, what he did and was able to accomplish, despite different issues with not psychological issues, but the man suffered from depression. He just suffered from confusion, probably diagnosed today with some kind of chemical imbalance. And yet he was, with all of that, he was able to accomplish so much. The man's a hero to me. The man is a hero to me. Yeah, DC's expensive. I lucked out. There was a ministry in downtown Anacostia, just across the river. You could see the stadium from my apartment. That was able to rent an efficiency type thing to me for $200 a month. That was the only way I could afford to live in DC. There was no stinking way I could afford to pay regular prices in DC. Which, by the way, if you're watching this and you've never really spent money in DC, $200 a month doesn't even get you a cardboard box on the street, let alone a place to live. You know, the cheapest thing that you can probably find in downtown Capitol Hill is probably about $1,200 a month per person. And so if you find anything cheaper than that, you got a great deal. So then the further out you get, like the people next door to us, I think they were paying about $2,000 a month for their small apartment. So it's expensive there. Alex, it's expensive because Donald Trump lives there. Yeah, because he wants to change the White House to a gold house. No, DC is an economic bubble that's been expensive since forever. And it's is what it is. I know. Yeah, $1,200 a month is a studio. Yep. One of my friends built an apartment in his basement, and he now rents it out. He is not on Capitol Hill. He is literally a mile. No, it's not. He's 3 blocks away from the border to Maryland and Northwest in DC, and he rents his place out for $1,400, and that's cheap. And so $1,200 downtown DC is a rat-infested studio. Certainly cockroach-infested. Where I was living for $200 a month, there was, I'm sorry if this grosses you out, I was laying in bed, I was falling asleep, and I hear this crumbling. It's like something was hitting the floor next to me. And I looked up, and I saw a hole in the ceiling. And then suddenly this baby rat fell onto my wrist and scratched me as he was heading down to the floor. True stinking story. That's my DC experience. Oh, totally. Yeah, Slingshot Kid just said I feel like you're paying more for the name than, yeah, you're paying for the privilege of the location. You're not getting the worth for your money, for sure. For sure. Or you're paying money for the privilege of having cockroaches crawling you while you sleep. I'm not bitter. And I certainly didn't wake up one night with a cockroach just hanging out right here staring at me. I didn't do that either. But I wouldn't change it for the world. I met a lot of really awesome people when I lived in DC. I loved living there. I thought it was great. Yeah, Tech just said that he'll be screaming, dude. After the rat, if you heard that story, after the rat fell on my wrist and just when I was trying to sleep. After that, nothing scared me. At that point, is what it is. Cockroaches didn't frighten me after the first. It was really funny. There was a cockroach, and I don't know if you can tell with the dimensions. It was that big, that high, that I saw the first night I lived in DC. I could hear it on the floor. It was loud, and it just, I was so afraid of it. I was so afraid of it that it kept me up for 2 or 3 hours as I was trying to kill it. I would smack it with a shoe. It would flatten. It was like a cartoon. Then it would pop back up and go straight at me. It was intense. It took me 2 to 2.5 hours to get rid of it. That was my, indoctrination into living on Capitol Hill. And because again, you don't have any money. Back in those days, I didn't make a whole lot. I only made, it doesn't matter what I made, but I didn't make enough. That's for sure. You woke up with baby cockroaches crawling in your mouth. Sorry, no. No. Mm-mm. No. That is not happening. That is disgusting. I am so sorry. Yeah, I heard Puerto Rico has they fly, don't they? In Puerto Rico, the cockroaches, they fly, don't they? Yes, they fly. That's the one reason why my wife does not want to move south with me. At one point, I wanted to move to Florida, and they have some flying cockroaches, I think. But we we've gotten mice in our house, and we would never see one alive. To date, we've never seen a live mouse in our house, because by the time we got up, we went downstairs, had breakfast, we noticed our cat would have a dead mouse right next to it, perched up like this, just on his legs, and our cat just going, eyes closed. I'm not even kidding. Very proud of the kill, And it doesn't. There's no injury on him. The poor guy probably just had a heart attack from Connor playing with him. My cat playing with him. And so we never visually seen a live mouse in our house. Of course, that hasn't happened since when we first moved in, because we sealed the foundation and all that. But in DC, that's not even an option. They come out of the woodwork. Seriously, it's crazy. Yeah, taking a shower and your food. You take out every box thing that's not sealed in a can or sealed airtight. You take it out and put it in Tupperware and seal it, because they will find their way into it. Rice, all that stuff. Oh, yeah. Grocery shopping, putting food away was a massive chore when we lived in DC. You had to. Otherwise, you would you'd have some extra protein in your pasta, if you know what I mean. I'm sorry. That's disgusting. I'm sorry. Oh, I just remembered. Playlist Live is announcing all the content creators. I don't know if you guys saw this on Twitter. but it's I am Savannah, and and I thought it said I am David Snyder, and I was like, yes, I made it, and then I remembered, wait a second, they never contacted me, and then I remembered, wait, why the hell would they call me? That doesn't make any sense. I reread it, and I thought it was funny. Slingshot Kid, what made you want to start doing YouTube? Okay, so the transition to YouTube was a long time coming. I started on YouTube this January. This past January, so I'm only a few months old. As of today, I'm a few months old on YouTube. But I have been creating videos for 3 years. And yeah, it's been 3 years. So what happened was we created the video. I don't know if you guys saw it, but in case you didn't, I can post it real quick. I did a reaction video to my my first video that I ever made, and that video was only meant for family, because I was doing it just as a joke for Christmas Eve. That was the very first video that I ever made. That's my reaction to it. But it's the holiday cheer snowman, and we made it only for my in-laws, my wife and I. She played the snowman. It was just we had stuffed animals and stuffed characters, and we made it. And I found out that I really enjoyed making videos, and so we made a whole seasonal story arc, which led to 2 seasons of the Holiday Brigade. And then just after making this first video, I discovered that the compilation videos that I was watching just to pass the time on Facebook were compilation videos of Vine videos, and I had no idea what Vine was at the time. And so I was so out of the loop because I was off of Facebook for 3 years. And so I literally left Facebook around the time that Vine was launched. So I missed that whole window. I had no idea. And I came back to Facebook, and then less than a year later, I found Vine. Well, my wife and I used to flick. We miss it. Oh, my goodness. My wife just told me how much she misses laying in bed and just flicking through comedy videos on Vine. We miss it. That's how we relax at the end of the day. Then we was watching these things, and it was about a week or 2 after we made the snowman video, and I looked at Vine. It was like, Bailey, what if we started creating Vines? Well, we started making Vines in 2016, and they closed down at the beginning of 2017. Joined the Snacked app and started doing Vine type videos on the Snacked app, which I still do. V2 is coming out, but I think Snacked has more potential, to be honest. Why, long-winded answer, why I joined YouTube? Because I realized these small videos were not satisfying everything that I wanted to create. I needed a platform that I can try to film and do a production. I needed to have a platform where I was able to film complicated storylines and or do a series like media shoutouts, because I was doing that on the Snacked app. And I noticed that the engagement on YouTube for people doing the same things that I'm doing was much higher than on these video apps that I was getting. And so I decided to just take the plunge and still do the small videos because I built an audience and a community of people over there that I hold very dear. But at the same time, I want to be a content creator, I want to have a creative outlet where I can do everything I want to do without meeting these small video app restrictions. and YouTube was the best place for that. And so that's why I joined YouTube. The long way around. I told you the story long way around, but that's why I did it. And I love the creative process. I love collaborating with people. I love the community and the engagement that comes from it. It's truly, truly, truly amazing. The level of satisfaction that I get seeing a creative brainchild come to life on the screen. I really, really like it. I've been eyeing up a lot of cinematography and script writing courses, master courses that I think I'd like to take. And I think there's something to it. If I can at some point make a full-time career making videos and doing things like this, that would be just the zenith of my existence, because I feel like I would be most myself in that environment, you know. But at present, I'm able to do it through making websites and being creative on how those websites are formed and constructed and designed, and so that's good. But I feel like I need to be creative, and as a secondary to that, I need to be engaging with people, you know, because I realize that people's my business, really. You know, people is what really matters. And so one of the mottos that I live by, not really a motto, but it's kind of like a, you know, kind of like the foundation of everything that I do, which is why I do the Media Shoutout series. And this was inspired by Richard Branson, who's the owner of the Virgin Enterprise in the Virgin Islands, UK. And it's this, that true, genuine success can only come when you make your business the success of others. And that's kind of the, you know, I was journaling a lot one night, and I was trying to hash out what the heck I believe in and all these different things. And that was a rough night. At the end of the night, that's what I came up with. I came up with that genuine success can only come if you make make your business the success of others. And so that's why I do media shout-outs, because I want to see these guys succeed. You know, I want to help these guys. I make comedy skits because I'm trying to make people's days better if I can. Of course, I'm sure I made them worse, but you know. But I didn't mean to get all philosophical on you, but yeah, no, that's why I do. That's why I joined YouTube, because I feel like it's a platform where I can do that. You know, I have the freedom to do that, and the engagement has been way more than I'm used to, despite the fact that I'm new. You know, now the editing skills, if they seem like I went to school for it, it's because you're coming in 2.5 or so years into me learning how to do it, you know. But then again, if you think it needs work, well, I've only been doing it for 2.5 years. So there it is. Alex, you're a natural at it. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Truth be told, on a lot of levels, I feel more comfortable in front of a camera than I do in real life. I don't know what that says, but it's normal. At Playlist, there's a lot of people, a lot of creators, when I shared, hey, is it normal for creators to feel more comfortable in front of a camera? And they're like, oh, yeah. Yeah. And I met several of them that are very, very in your face when they're on camera. Not in an offensive way, not in a bad way, but they're just like, hey, you know, like really, you know, flamboyant and very much in your face and very loud. And they came over to me and they were like, hi, it's nice to meet you. And that's how they were in real life. And so I feel my most comfortable in front of a camera. That's not to say that I don't think that I need to lose a little weight and, you know, take care of myself and, you know, get this chipped tooth fixed. But the I don't think I'm perfect by any means, but I feel my most comfortable. So, guys, I think I've been on. I think this live stream is like 2.5 hours. That's really cool. Or 2 hours. That's really cool. I appreciate you guys just hanging out. So anything else? Anything else you guys got? Any ideas? Any questions? Any updates? Who is perfect any day, right? You know, I don't know how much you want to get into philosophy, but I think about this sometimes. I think, who did I hear this from? Holy goodness, I can't remember who said this. I didn't come up with this. I saw it in a live stream a couple of days ago and on someone else's channel. I can't remember. Oh, it's Dakota and family. I think it's them. I can't remember. Perfectly imperfect. I like that phrase because I think in our imperfection, we are perfectly portraying who we are as individuals and perfectly portraying our need for other people, you know? So you can make a roundabout philosophical argument that all people are perfect when they're united with people. But, you know, you can, whatever. We need each other, essentially, is what that means. Alex, you want me to shave, man? I used to have a goatee. You remember? Back in the day when I first started YouTube, I had the goatee, and it grew quickly after that because I was growing a beard when I started. I had a goatee for years. I'm talking years. Now I'm trying the whole beard thing. Slingshot kid. That's funny. It's a funny quote. Tech, do you think mix skit with tech is a good idea? Yes. Yes, I do. I think if you were to create a skit and kind of what's the word for it? Kind of offer a little variety, an entertaining way of doing what you do, I think you should do it. For example, one of the things that we're thinking about doing on our channel is I'm not sure if we want to do it on this channel or create a different channel. Kind of like a religious Christian debunking, and I don't know what anyone's religious views are. And so I've been hesitant to do it on my channel because I'm not preachy, you know. But what we wanted to do, a friend of mine, we had to do a series of videos where we nitpick at obviously heretical things, and we're going to do it through a comedy skit, and we were going to do a comedy where someone is like, my friend is beating me up for something, and he's like pushing me around and doing CGI like I'm throwing through the air, like superhero style, and then everything just freeze frames, and then it's like, wait a second, that's not what Scripture says. That's true, and then everything just stops, and we stay in character. He might have his fist like this to me, but we're both looking at the camera, talking at the camera about the heretical thing. And at the tail end, we continue with the skit. But anyway, I'm not sure if that's going to fly. I'm not entirely sure if that's something that we need to create a different channel for, or if we can do it on this one. I'm not entirely sure. I don't know. You know, come to think of it, it might offend a lot of people. But Shaving my head, let me tell you, guy, my wife would love to take a razor to my head. She likes it whenever I do that. My actual head, like get whatever hair is left up here out of there, and have the beard. That's my wife's favorite look for me. This is being grown because of my wife petitioning me to do so. So. Let's take a quick. Right. YouTube won't find it user friendly. It's true, Slingshot. It's true. And or it's not what we wanted to do. Wasn't condemning. It wasn't anything like that. It was just a funny way to nitpick at mainstream Christian philosophy that is assumed to be in Scripture but isn't really. And it's, you know, it was meant to do it in a funny way, but again, like you said, what I'm fearing isn't so much offending people, because we're going to do it in a way that it won't offend the unoffendable, right? And I'm okay with that. I just don't think it'll do justice to the channel itself as far as the analytics and the numbers of pushing content out. I just don't know. I just don't know. I guess the only way to do it is to post it and see what happens. But I don't know. Slingshot Kid, for example, if I were to post something like that, is that something you guys would want to watch? Is that sound like something that's interesting, or should we create a different channel for it if we were to do it? Oh, Alex, is that your wife's favorite style? That's true, Slingshot. You'll never know unless you do it, right? You'll never know. Yeah, so all right. So guys, I wanted to film a vlog saying why I gave up on church, and it's kind of clickbaity, but it had to do more so with the not giving up on church, but giving up on basing your identity on church membership versus the message of love and acceptance, etc., of Christ. And so I thought about doing that. Oh, does he? Okay. Tech, you think that needs to be a different channel? And you're probably right if that's what you mean. Yeah. Yeah, the problem with being demonetized, though, Tech, is that you have to be monetized first. I don't expect to be monetized for another year or more. If I am, I mean that'd be great, you know. But I probably don't. I don't expect it to happen that soon. What I think I'll do is I will. Oh, Tech, you're good. It's good. You should see some of the emails I accidentally sent by via Siri. When I had a cleaning business for 6 years. If you're here for that, I said that 6 years, and my client was a pastor, and I sent him an email, and I accidentally through Siri, I said the F word, and I never use Siri to swear. I never text swearing, you know. If I stub my toe or something like that, I might shoot something off. But you know, it's I never did that. But the F bomb, I F bombed the pastor who was a client. He called me and he was like, "Hey guy, you're using Siri to email while you're driving, aren't you?" I was like, "Yes, sir." You might want to stop the car and reread that. I don't take it personally. He said he laughed about it. You know, I was like, "Don't worry about it. I know what you meant." You know, and so I understand Siri typing fast, things like that. Things happen. But no, yeah, it might be a good different channel. And we thought about creating a channel all about that. But I'm thinking about, well, no, I don't want to start another channel while I'm doing this one, right? Because all of my energy is being poured into this one. And if I have 2 channels, that's just a lot of work. That's just a lot of work. I really wish I could take that concept and make it compatible with the current channel, you know? Maybe, I don't know. I mean, what do you guys, I mean, yeah, we don't have to talk about this anymore, but maybe I'll just do it. I think Slingshot said it. Post it. See what people think and see what it does. And that's another thing too, because at this point, you know, I've expanded my my YouTube audience through Twitter, and I'm noticing that I'm tapering off, and that's because I think I've kind of maxed out, you know, my audience through the vein of people that I've been connecting with, and I love connecting with people on Twitter. And I just wish all of my followers on Twitter would subscribe. If that would happen, I'd have about 1,500 right now. But but posting videos, say like the clickbaity thing about why I left church or something like that, even though, or any other thing that's not normal, it diversifies the channel. And the other theory goes that it may actually help because it'll expand your audience into the audience that would normally watch videos like that, you know. And so that's where diversification helps. You get subscribers from multiple, you know, genres. And so I'm thinking about that too, that might actually help. But to make that video and plop it in the middle of what I have going on right now is not necessarily compatible. It's a different DNA. You know what, Guy? It's a good question. Initially, I created the YouTube channel to be a media shoutouts channel. I wanted that to be the whole point behind the YouTube series, the YouTube channel. Everything on the channel would be media shoutouts related. And if you go back to my earlier videos, when I first started, most of those things had media shoutouts in the end cap or in the descriptions. Everything was media shoutouts. Then I had a conversation with Bob Jens, who's a YouTuber, over Skype. He's a great guy. He reached out to me. He wanted to talk. He knew me from my time on the Snack app. And he said that in the beginning, it's more important wait, Alex, you leaving? All right, yeah, have a good night, Alex. Thanks for stopping by. He said it was more important to have content than it was to have a niche in the beginning. And so I started creating a diverse, you know, a diverse amount of content. And then I realized that I think it has more to do with how you think you're designed. The way my brain works, I'm thinking about 20 different things all at once. Usually I have a comedy skit in mind that I'd like to film. Right now, I have a mini series that I want to film that's comedy based, but it's much more of a larger production where each video is like 10 minutes long and it tells a story. And there's a seven video or 8 videos in each series, and we do like 2 of those a year. So that's the brainchild between my wife and I. And so we have this, cinematic production that we want to do. But at the same time, I want to do media shout outs. I want to do vlogs. I want to do talking head videos, live streams. And I realized that if I were to pigeonhole, and that's how Bob Jens put it, if I were to pigeonhole myself as a one genre channel, and that's all I did, it would stifle my creativity because I'm thinking about all these different things. And so for me, I think having a diverse channel is necessary because I wouldn't be able to stick with it if I tried, if it was like a one subject only channel. However, I think that if you really love one specific thing and you find all of your videos are about one thing, then yes, you should definitely narrow that niche and make that channel a one niche channel because that's where you shine. Whereas I need diversity for me to maintain my enthusiasm. If I were to only do media shout outs, and I found this quick, I would feel like I'm not contributing to the creative bank of YouTube. I would be basically shouting out people for a living. And although that does appeal to me, it doesn't satisfy my need to create comedy, nor does it satisfy the need for live streams, nor does it satisfy the need for productions, So for me, I need diversity. But for Fun Foods, for example, James Lamprey, who does Fun Foods, he started out his channel as a traveling channel. If you look at his URL, his domain name, it's I Heart Travel. That's how he started his channel. But he found his niche and he's stuck with it for 4 years, and now he has 91,000 subscribers because he's doing something that he absolutely loves, and it was a one thing, Then you have people like Julian Smith or well, Casey's kind of pigeonholed himself into vlogging, but you have these major, like Bob Jens is another example. He has 120 subscribers, 110, 120. And he has multiple different videos that he does and diversity. But then he found his niche that didn't jive with his diverse channel. And so he created Liam the Leprechaun, which is now doing very well, where it's basically magical characters playing games, So I'm about to create a gaming series on my YouTube channel. So you see, as you can see, I just can't have one channel that's only about one thing. But tech, yeah, I know. I've been on your channel. You have a mobile tech as a niche, absolutely, and you should stick with it. That's good. But I definitely recommend the diversity in that, in the delivery of what you're doing. But that is a one niche channel. I think that's a good thing. But what do you think about a slingshot? Ultimately, that was a really, really, really long-winded answer to basically just say, what do you think? Do you want to be a one niche channel? Can you see yourself doing that? And if so, do you have an idea of what that would be? Or do you need diversity because you think about multiple different things and you need to have a platform to showcase everything? So, and ultimately, I decided, like, do I need to, if I were to make a one niche channel, I would need 6 channels. And for someone that's just starting, that's just too much work. That's just way too much work. What do you mean by so many people have it wrong? Excuse me. I have heard two philosophies about it. I have heard that if you have a one subject channel, Endeavoring Family is here. Glad you can make it. Thank you for coming. But anyway, Slingshot. I have heard two philosophies, and maybe Endeavoring Family, maybe you can chime in on this. The question is, do you diversify your channel, or do you should you make a niche? I said that I cannot have a one niche channel because my brain it scatters too easily. I have comedy ideas and I have these other ideas, but I don't have the ability to pigeonhole myself. I won't be able to maintain that. I'll end up with multiple channels if that's how you did it. But then you have people like Fun Foods who offer one type of video and they do very well in that and they love that, you know? And so I've heard two philosophies, Slingshot. I've heard that it's good to have a one genre, one niche channel because then people know what to expect and you become an authority on the subject. Then I heard the opposite, which I think is probably more true. At least for me, it is. It may not be true for some. I think that if you diversify your content, this is what I've heard, then you can get subscribers from folks that love cooking, you know, videos. If you were to make a cooking video, vlogs, if you do vlog videos, you know, talking head videos, if you do those, you can get a diversity of subscribers. And so basically you have the option of either gaining subscribers who love a certain thing or gaining subscribers who love a variety of things. And so Endeavoring Family, though, says, I think it really depends if you can pull it off. I agree. I cannot niche myself harder than I already No. The last time I started my channel as a media shoutouts channel. That was the only thing that I wanted to make this channel. And that's it. It was media shoutouts, and that's all I wanted to do. That lasted about 2 weeks because I love comedy skits and I love these different things. I like vlogs, talking head videos. And I was telling these guys before you guys came in, Endeavoring Family, that my wife and I are writing an actual like 8-episode mini series for our channel as well. That's comedy based, but much more British style humor, which is my forte. And so, and it's a solid production, you know. So the long story short, making the channel an only media shoutouts channel was a horrible idea because my brain just goes to different categories all the time. So it would work much better if the channel was dedicated to showcasing everything that's going on in here. That would give me the most freedom to be myself. And so that's the whole point, right? You know, what's the point of creating if you don't like it? Anyway, Endeavoring Family. I love Simon and Martina. Channel that was called Eat Your Kimchi. Ooh, I love kimchi, especially homemade kimchi. I used to work for a Korean in Virginia, and I would go over to their house, and they would pull up the pot from the ground in their backyard, and they would pull it up, and it was just homemade kimchi. Oh, so good. Slingshot or Endeavoring Family media shots on Saturday works well. I think so too. you know. I'm thinking about changing the time though. I'm noticing more engagement happens in the afternoon than in the morning. Right now, 9 a.m. I'm sticking with that for the time being. I think I might release a few like Saturday around 11:30 or so in the morning and see if that helps. But I'm noticing that 9 a.m. may not be the best time, but I think keeping it Saturday weekly releases is a good idea too. Oh, for sure. Definitely homemade is so good. Have you ever had it where they have it in a pot underground? I didn't know how they made it until I saw that. It's so good. Holy cow, it was great. Slingshot, I didn't miss you. Do you have any ideas for my channel? I'm still trying to find myself. I need some second opinions. Well, do I have any? My brain is so full. Let's me look. Slingshot, I'll tell you right now. Okay, you try it in the kitchen, not from a pot. I can't remember if it was like a clay pot. I can't remember. It was just good. Slingshot, I really like your thumbnails. I really do. Honestly, Guy, I don't know how to answer that question. I don't have any opinions, to be honest. I think you are, with your consistency and with your style, I think that you are going to be doing really well in the near future, relatively speaking. I mean, because of you implementing a schedule and watching content creators that you really like and you start adopting their styles into what you do best, I think your channel is going to just organically go from there, I know that's not really an answer, but I think you're heading in the right direction, if that means anything. But they can just turn those tables too. If you guys have any suggestions for me, I always love receiving constructive criticism, opinions on what's good, what's bad, what's ugly. But going back to kimchi, making me hungry. Making me hungry. Yeah, I agree. I agree. So, Endeavoring Family, what's up? What are you guys doing right now, huh? What time is it there? I can't remember how many hours you're ahead or behind. I can't remember. See? Slingshot, you got another subscriber just now. You're heading in the right direction, brother. That's why I like these chats, Slingshot. I love these live streams because creators get to encourage each other. I think it's great. Oh. Oh, it's 1 p.m. on Friday. Holy cow, you're ahead. Braces appointment. Okay. Is it adjustment, removal? installation. What's happening with the braces? Holy cow, you're ahead. Wow. All right. Yeah, it's we're in the same time zone, Slingshot. It's 11 p.m. on Thursday here. That's a big, you know. You could say the Endeavoring family is the head of the curve. You could say that. Puns at you. Okay. Hey, Tech, I saw your slogan. If I can be brutally honest, I like it. I think it's a little too verbose for a slogan. The moment you have a conjunction, like I used to be an English major at Penn State, so stuff like this I have opinions on. So I'm so sorry. I don't mean to offend anybody. But the moment you go more than two sentences and or have a conjunction, like an and, but, or, your slogan tends to get a little too verbose. It gets too wordy. Tomorrow, and don't let technology run your life, because you got two statements there that are conjoined into one in your slogan. So if you can find a way to write it so that you're still saying the same thing, but you whittled it down a little bit, it's a little more concise, I think that would be phenomenal. Ha! Slingshot. I bet it's half the cost than in the States. My goodness. I went to Taiwan for 2 weeks, and I was absolutely astounded. Somehow I was like the currency trading master. I don't see how that was possible, but I came back with more money than I went in with. No idea how that happened. But the currency was so, yeah, a dollar went a long way there. You're welcome, Tech. I apologize for the bluntness of it, but English major, I don't always utilize my education in the way I communicate. I have to really think hard to say what I just said to you, for example. But when I look at stuff, it comes out, and when I'm writing, it comes out. So I'm grateful that you were able to receive it. But no, so I was in the Endeavoring family. Again, if you guys haven't seen Endeavoring Family's channel, go check them out. They're awesome. I was in their live stream. I want to say that was yesterday. And I talked about the idea. I came up with the idea during the live stream that I think I might do a comedy skit that is nothing but puns. That's all I want. Is like one person here, me in the middle, and we're sitting there talking, and the whole thing is just in puns. And at the end of the skit, basically someone walks in the room and points out the fact that we said nothing. I thought about doing that. I started conceptualizing an outline to a script for that after I got off the live stream. Well, I went to bed, but didn't get to sleep right away. We have been live now for 2.5 hours. My voice is starting to go. Dude, all right. So everywhere else, with some exceptions in the world, has a better health system than we do, in my opinion. Because it's become a profiteering uh, industry within the United States. So you can go a lot of places in the world and get medications that you can't get here, or you can get here for far less. You can go elsewhere to get it for far less than you can here. So yeah, we're all in the Massachusetts, Virginia, Pennsylvania. We're all in the same time zone. So Slingshot, passion's driving me, brother. I love connecting with people. I love doing it. Or I like talking, or both. Yeah. I love it. I absolutely love it. But I will have to go here in about 10, 20 minutes because I have an early morning. I only sleep like 4 or 5 hours a night. I don't know why. The moment I turn 30 years old is like overnight. I can't sleep longer than 4 hours. But like I said, I try to get up at 6:30 in the morning so that I can spend time just in ideation, reading, meditation, stuff like that in the morning. It helps clear my head. Tech, thanks for coming, brother. Next time, or the first time I head to Boston, I will hit you up. That would be awesome. It's better. Passion is better than eating the greatest pizza. Quote unquote by Slingshot Kid. I love it. Peace out, Tech. So, well, guys, good as time as any for me to close this out. Thanks for joining the conversation, Endeavoring Family. Sorry you came in towards the end. We started it at Peach Tea. Oh, wait, no. Peace Tech. Okay, sorry. That's how tired I'm getting. Maybe I should go. But anyway, it's I saw Peace Tech in Slingshot's comment, and I thought it said Peach Tea. Instantly wanted to Peach Tea. I don't know. Anyway, but yeah, it's right. It's all about the watch time. It's all about the watch time. But I thank you guys so much. I love every single one of you. You guys are awesome. Appreciate you. Thanks for coming out, Endeavoring Family. I know that it's difficult with kids and stuff like that to really engage. I really appreciate all the engagement you guys are giving. Well, hopefully I schedule it next time, right? So what I'm thinking about doing is making Wednesday nights. I know it's Thursday today, but making Wednesday nights, or maybe Thursday nights would be better. I think Thursday nights might be better for me. My weekly live stream that I do every week. And so say every Thursday at 7:30 or 6:30, let's do 8:30. 8:30 Eastern time, PM. I'll do live streams. I think we can probably count on that. I'll put it on Twitter and put it on the YouTube page, etc. We'll just make it a weekly thing. So if I were to schedule it, maybe people would know to show up. It's ultimately a long way around to say that. You know what's really good about getting watch time during live streams when you're long-winded? You actually do get watch time. So that's nice. Anyway. Awesome. Guys, have a great night. Slingshot Kid, you rock. You've been hanging out with me all night. And Endeavoring family, I appreciate you also. Thanks for coming. All right, I'm going to close this out. You guys have a good night.